Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everybody. My name is MiAh the King, and people who take care of chickens are literally chicken tenders. Now then, today we're taking a look at a game just released on Steam called Denizen, a life simulator game that not only looks awesome, but also looks like a serious legit life simulator game. Developed and published by Departure Interactive, released in early access, and selling for $20. So, what is this game? Well, it's a life simulator clone. First person, get a job, get money, make investments, gamble it all away, and, drive around. That's pretty much it. As for the story, what story? You're just a new person to this town. Get started on your new life. Alright, so, as always, let's go into the good and the bad, followed by my final thoughts. Alright? This video is probably going to be pretty short, by the way. So up first for the positives, that would probably be the graphics, but here's the thing. They're only good in some situations, like some of the time. For instance, the people and their faces look absolutely awful. It's hilarious, but the cars look great. The grass and other foliage looks awful, but lighting and shadows looks amazing. So I guess this is in the positives because it's got more good-looking content than bad. I mean, look at the level of detail inside my apartment here. It's actually really nice to look at. In fact, other interiors of buildings look really good as well, so that's why I put it in the positives. The next positive thing I want to talk about is the price tag. With this level of graphics, the open world, the early access release, and pretty much everything included here, I think $20 is a very appropriate price tag, especially for, the graphics and the fact that it's early access with no voice acting, so yeah. And last but not least for the positives is the stability, at least for me. The game never crashed, froze, dropped frames, or broke in any other way, shape, or form. Everything seemed to connect, everything seemed to work, and they did so smoothly, so that was good. Everything else in this game is either bad or barely passable, and I'll get into that, but do me a favor and please support the growth of my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and share my channel online, all really help me grow, so if you could take a few minutes out of your day to do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Now then, on to the negatives, and I guess the first one that stood out to me was the sound design. I mean, the music feels very much out of place. I mean, I feel like I'm about to play Zoo Tycoon with this music. There's music elsewhere in the game as background music and from radios and stuff, and it's mostly copyright claimed, so I can't, show it here, but it's good because it's, legit music. At least I think so. But there's no ambiance, no voice acting. The sound effects for different things is passable, I guess, but mostly the game was fairly silent with very little to listen to at all. Next up for the negatives is the user interface and the controls along with the key bindings. There's not a lot of key bindings. There's about the same amount of key bindings for your car as there are for you outside of your car, which is to say, not a lot. Then, the buttons are all kind of weird. Some things work and some don't. The camera controls feel really slidey and awkward. There's no real quick buttons to get in and out of things except for the escape button, which is annoying. As for the user interface, it's confusing, awkward, and not at all that well thought out. You can only save by going to a bed that you can use, and the options for setup are limited as well, like you can't change your resolution, among other things. The next thing I want to talk about is the gameplay, and I have a lot to say here. I mean, what is this? This is awful. I mean, I've played a ton of simulator games. I've played Tavern Keeper Simulator and Real Estate Simulator and Bar Simulator, and I've played House Flipper and The Sims and Cafe Shop Simulator, and I've never seen a game like this. I don't even know where to begin, so I guess we'll just begin at the beginning. Setting things up in your house seems fairly fine, as does eating and drinking. However, when your character eats and drinks, there's no animation. Don't worry though, there's animation for showering, drinking from a faucet, washing hands, and shitting, but not eating or drinking the things in your backpack, because, that would be fun. Then, after you handle your daily morning rituals, you head out into the world to wander about aimlessly. I decided to get a job as a bartender because it was the best paying job that was on my job app, and apparently that job is just for show, because when I got there, I got no tutorial, and due to the job not being finished, or I don't know what, I was unable to complete said job. All I did was get stared at. It's creepy as hell. And see that timer at the top there? Yeah, you literally have to wait until that timer goes down or else you don't get paid anything. So after serving the people their drinks and nothing else to do, I just sat there and waited for 5 frickin' minutes. And guess what? Apparently I didn't get all my tasks done, so I didn't get paid. What? What tasks? I served everybody them drinks. There was nothing else, and believe me, I went to every room and clicked on everything, so I literally just wasted my time. But hey, the pizza job works. Want to see the mind-blowing, world-changing gameplay this game offers? Well, here it is. Look at all this mind-blowing action. I did this for 6 minutes or so and made a couple $100. Yeah, now I got money. So what do I do with it? No clue. There's nothing to do here. Most of the buildings are empty and cannot be entered, but some of them can be bought by you to make your own business, I guess, only for, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. So guess what that means? More pizza making for the next 100 years. After that, you'll finally be able to buy something, and all for what? There's nothing to do here. The mini games this game that I've found so far are the jobs, gambling, playing 21, playing slots on your phone, lockpicking, and hacking. Here are those. Here's lockpicking. Soak it all in. And here's hacking. Oh, yeah, now that's some next level gaming right there. Look at this. Look at that stuff right there. All for what, by the way? Well, the thing I lockpicked, I got into a warehouse, and once I got in there, I was able to steal a soda and a candy bar. And I swiped some data for the criminal underground. Made another couple $100. And again, all for what? This is the most boring, pointless life simulator I've ever played. It has no goal, no plot, no fun slice of life aspects, no real realism in terms of what you want to see in a game like this, no dialogue, no investment, and absolutely zero player retention. It has no comedy, it offers nothing new, and everything feels like it's meant to take forever. But I think the biggest turnoff for me was the lack of direction. There's just none. Austin, some guy, wants you to come work for him. He's a criminal, by the way. But good luck finding him, because the game gives you zero hints at all where he is. No, that's not true. They give you one hint. He's in this town. There's no compass, no minimap, no GPS, no markers, nothing. So you'll find yourself just wandering around or driving around aimlessly looking for whatever the hell you can find that might possibly be interesting or might possibly be content, just so you can have something to kill the boredom. It was so freaking frustrating, and I hate games that don't give me markers or compasses or mini-maps. It's so damn infuriating to me. I mean, I get it, it's a simulator of real life, but it's not real life. It's a game. Why make your game annoying and confusing to your player base? And again, it all comes down ultimately to why are you doing any of this? What is the point? What is the end goal? So I can buy a big fancy apartment and then put a bunch of fancy stuff inside of it? Ooh, I could just go get The Sims to do that. I wanted a real life simulator, but this, first off, I'm not even living in a city, just a small like 6 or 7 town building that's got like 6 or 7 buildings in it. Like in the middle of nowhere, by the way, looks nothing like the Steam store page. Did I mention you can't really talk to anybody? You can kind of talk to people on a dating app, sort of, and I did manage to talk to one person on the street, but all he did was give me directions to a nightclub. In conclusion, the gameplay was boring as hell, empty as hell, and in my opinion, a complete waste of my time. Next up for the negatives is the tutorial. It's badly scripted, it comes and goes as it wants, it barely teaches you anything, and you pretty much need to discover most of the game and how it functions on your own. It has no tooltips, no directions, no hints, no assistance whatsoever. You will get a small pop-up whenever you discover something new, but then it pretty much expects you to just figure stuff out on your own, which I hate. And sometimes it doesn't even do that. Like I said, when I went to go work in the bar, I didn't get any pop-ups. So why would you... I don't understand the design process behind that. Why would you allow us to get the job, to apply for the job via our phone to be a bartender, then get a message back from them saying, hey, we want you to work for us, pick a time. So you pick a time, then you have to drive all the way out there. But remember, there's no guiding, so you're going to make a lot of wrong turns and you're going to make a lot of mistakes like I did. But then when you finally get there, you walk inside, again, no tooltips, no pop-ups, no tutorials. You're sitting there, there's nothing there, it's not working, nothing. Like, why would you even allow that to be an option in the first place if it's not developed or working? Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit too frustrated by this. That's all I got to say about the game. What are my final thoughts? That's easy. Don't get it. This game is a waste of your time and money. Does this game offer us anything new or different for this genre? No. Does it do anything better than any other game of this genre? No. Is it fun, engaging, or addictive? No. Is it interesting or unique? No. I don't hate the game, but I was incredibly bored and many parts of it frustrated the hell out of me. I just don't understand the appeal. I can't understand why anyone would like this game. But if you do, good for you. I'm glad you do. But please enlighten me as to why you like this game and not say some other game. Maybe I just can't understand it, but tell me what this game does better than other games that makes it worth your money instead of those other games. My recommendation, personally, is to ignore this game and walk away. Go find another life simulator, or come back and check this one out in a year and see its progress. It's such a shame, too, because I was following this game for a while, and I thought it looked really interesting, and I couldn't wait to try it out. But here I am, yet again, disappointed again. So, That's all the time I got for this video, everybody. Thanks so much for watching, with a special thanks to those of you who stuck around to the end. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you all again on my next adventure. So until then, I bid you all farewell.